this mic.
So you may not know, but you will appreciate. I'm the first vice president to grow chili peppers at the vice president.
Okay, come on
now. Including Scotch bonnet peppers. You know about that one. Come on now.
Real heat, real science. They don't know nothing about the
I mean,
scale.
that's hotter. You know.
Black voters are slamming Kamala Harris for her out-of-touch town hall yesterday with Charlemagne the Fraud. In the end, black voters just don't feel like their voice is being heard.
The Democratic Party has left black voters in the dust.
It's almost like they want to seduce us with Obama. Gas was cheaper. I know that my bills were cheaper. Life was better under President Trump.
I think it's touch and go right now. I see shades of the Hillary Clinton campaign with the arrogance of a Democratic Party out of touch with the electorate.
Now, you might ask me, why was this town hall such a disaster besides clearly that she didn't answer any questions? All you have to do is go to the YouTube page and see the comments, look at the number of views, and the like to dislike ratio. Look at this. 29,000 dislikes to 11,000 likes. Wow. And it hasn't even been 24 hours to my understanding. We're at 19 hours right now. And as you can see, the comments are just roasting her repeatedly. Again, out of touch. There was no authenticity during this. It was all the same talking points. Even someone says, whenever she says, I grew up in a middle class, I think of the SNL skit. I mean, this is how it comes off for people. That seems to be the theme of Kamala Harris's campaign, that it is out of touch. The only message that she has going for her is on the abortion issue. But as it pertains to black men, especially in Detroit, I think she missed the mark on that again, especially on the logistics side.
Right down the way, we had Kamala Harris do a virtual national town hall, audio only, at a very swanky restaurant, hotel. And it's with a guy from Atlanta. So if you want to take Detroit or Michigan, you might want to put your hands on the people of Michigan.
Now, if that's not out of touch, I don't know what is. But I think the Democratic Party and people who have Trump derangement syndrome, they're confused at this point because they really don't know how to react to the fact that black men do not support Kamala Harris.
But will these kinds of appearances that she's making make inroads?
I think it will make a difference because of this division that they're trying to cause within the black community. You know, we're not talking about white women. We're not talking about Hispanic men. We're talking about black men, and they're not the problem. And the demonizing black men, I think, needs to stop when it comes to Kamala Harris.
But isn't Sonny Holston the same person that called black Trump supporters crazy and ridiculous? I find the irony that now she's acting like she's confused. She doesn't know what's going on. Oh, of course she does. They see the error of their ways all of a sudden, and now they're trying to cope over this disaster town hall from Kamala Harris, where she still, once again, did not deliver a message that made black people feel confident for voting for her because our minds are already made up. And the reason why that is because we already learned our lesson from the last two Democratic presidents.
So if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president. And you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for that.
There it is. The former president, both of them using sign language, shaming, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. But the problem is they're wrong when it comes to the main reason why black men are not supporting Kamala Harris.
And the fact is that no matter what the numbers say in the polling, here are the numbers that matter. When a black man and a white man walk down the aisle at a grocery store, is there a pricing difference for them? When they go to the gas station, is there a pricing difference for them? Is there a pricing difference for you and I when we pull up at a gas station as a black man and a white woman? And I'm assuming, so you can self-identify otherwise, but we've known each other for some time. My point is that the numbers that matter are what Americans Republicans are paying in the economy, in the lack of real significant wage growth, inflation, and things that are now more expensive. And while it's coming down from a 9% high under Biden and Harris, it's a new high that's a new normal. These are the numbers that matter, and people vote their interest. And this pandering to black men that we're going to give you a $20,000 forgivable loan. That, first of all, that's not a loan. That's called a promise gift from government at your own expense, the taxpayer. So let's stop it. We're not that stupid in America.
So black men are just like all men in America. Just give us the bottom line. Be very direct. Don't feed us fake rhetoric, and prove to us why you should get our vote based on the results that you've delivered over time. And that's why Trump has the advantage. But what about women?
Don't tell me I need to protect women's health care if your only form of women's health care is abortion. Now, the Biden-Harris administration also touts all this job growth, but they fail to mention the 10 million migrants they brought over here and the 9 million jobs they got. So if they're saying they added 15 million jobs and 9 million went to the migrants, then that sounds like 6 million jobs, y'all. Now, when we compare that to the 20 million jobs that were lost due to their COVID policies, that doesn't sound like a very progressive administration. That doesn't sound like a group of people who deserve a promotion. See, she had 3.5 years to do what she's been campaigning on for the last 2 months. For the last 3.5 years, the Democrats have not given a damn about black men unless they were dead or gay.
We know that the Democratic Party, they don't care about black people. They only care every 4 years when it's election time. The results have shown that. If you do a search on the X platform and search black men on the Kamala Harris X account, you'll find the last time she spoke about black men was in 2022. So yeah, I don't think they really care about black people. And that's why when Obama made those comments that have received massive backlash, Kamala is still answering for them.
And maybe hesitant to vote for you because you're a woman?
Let me first say that I'm very proud to have the support of former President Barack Obama, and I think that the important point that I will make over and over again is I don't assume to have the votes of any demographic locked down.
Do you do you feel like President Obama stepped on your rollout? Because I know you've been working on this black male agenda for a long time, and you've been doing the outreach, with your the Opportunity Economy Tour and things like that. Yeah. But then he made the statements that he made last week, so everybody thinks this is a reaction to that.
Oh, no. I mean, you just have to, no, obviously not. I've been doing this for quite some time, including before I was running for president.
She's going to be asked that question all the way up to the election. And I think it's a legitimate question because once again, you're out of touch. The messaging isn't landing. You're pandering to black people by coming up with this agenda at the last second. But once again, black men don't want to make it about race. We want to make it about the fundamentals.
I was saying, you got to forgive a lot of things about Trump to vote for him. And you said, oh, yeah? How would it go over if he said, I'm going to give you free weed, black guys, go enjoy yourselves? That's what Harris's plan is. Yeah. Why isn't that working for you?
Well, the Harris plan doesn't work for me because basically if black men were a important thing to Kamala Harris, she would not be putting out this little 5-point proposal 3 weeks out of an election. She would not be going out of her way to talk to black men 3 weeks before the election, right? And like I said, if Donald Trump had put out a proposal that said, hey, black men, I want your vote. I'm going to legalize marijuana. Do you know what the Kamala Harris campaign would say about that? It's completely ridiculous. It's disrespectful to black men.
So maybe it's a great time for former President Obama and the current President Joe Biden to do a little powwow to figure out what else can we do to make sure that she makes it to the White House, because things are looking bad. I truly believe the Democratic Party, they got to just look in the mirror. And they got to stop trying to look at black people in the way that they've always looked at us, as victims, as people who are oppressed, people who don't know how to get an ID in order to vote. You know, I mean, people who don't know how to think for themselves. And as long as they continue to see us in that way, they will continue to be out of touch. And just to keep this factually based, why is it that Kamala Harris would do an audio town hall in Detroit, Michigan? Why would you not open it up? Why would you not do a huge town hall for black men? Are we that minimal to you to the point where you did an audio town hall? I find that to be interesting. They can't divert resources for that. They don't truly want to invest in selling black men to vote for Kamala Harris.
I have never been so offended in my life. She's bringing a man here who is Charlemagne, a false god, to a community that has 4,500 churches, all people of faith. We are extremely offended that she's bringing a podcaster here to talk to black men about politics. She brought a retired athlete to Flint who is failing, Magic Johnson, and she brought Oprah to Oakland County as if she understands the plight and the pain of people that look like me. We will not allow virtue signaling, or we will not allow identity politics. Black men are not political infants. We know exactly what's happening with the Democratic Party. We know that they've exploited us for over 6 decades. And we are saying, just like Moses said to Pharaoh, let my people go.
And it comes across as she's just trying to buy the black vote instead of earning the black vote. See, earning it would have started when you were nominated. You're just now getting around to it. And we know when you were the district attorney of San Francisco, you definitely locked up plenty of black men. There's no doubt about that when it comes to the whole marijuana issue, which is funny now that you want to legalize it and you put that inside your black agenda as if to say, all black people like to get high. Okay. And so the bottom line here, guys, is very simple. Black men are just like every other person in America. Stop with the identity politics. Make it about policy. Show us through results, not your words, that you can deliver for the American people. And that's why she is not prepared to be the next commander-in-chief. We know this. That's why Trump has the advantage. That's why you see everyone in the Democratic Party panicking at this moment. And it just makes you wonder what will be their next move. But I know what Trump's next move will be, and that is to actually help America become great again. That's my opinion. So what do you guys think about the backlash that the Breakfast Club received, or Charlemagne the Fraud received, for doing this trashy audio town hall? That's what I call it. Why not go all the way with the town hall? So are we, or do we not mean that much to you? I find that to be interesting. How about you? Why do you think they didn't do a full out town hall? Why was it so, kind of half-ass put together? I'm just saying, that's how I see it. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. And if you want to hear me react to more of the clips from that disastrous town hall, you can click on that video because it's coming up right now.